Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 123 of my modded Factorio playthrough. This is when things get exciting, at least in a relative sense. I noticed running a little low on coal here. This might be a problem. Kind of depends. Oh, looks like we still got some. $57K, we'll have to keep an eye on that. We are using coal in our process to make iron, so it reduces our dependence on sapphirite, so it's good that we're using it. It'd be unfortunate if we stopped. So we might have to go off-site looking for coal. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. But building all these ore sorters, we're going to finally see a little bit of result of all of this effort. We're going to get to see automation of making some ores, a very large amount of ores. Won't be able to do anything with it yet because we still have more sorting to do. But at least it's kind of the point of setting all this stuff up is to get those kind of results. So we have our plan. Probably want to get the truck a little closer. So we're going to want to have 3 of these for now with space for 6 later. So seems like that's pretty good placement. So let's build it. Might be slightly more efficient to have the truck over here. And so we need 3 of them now, 6 later. Just as a quick and dirty way to do this, let's just place the second group right here where it would go. And then we're going to remove the unnecessary part. Something like that. So that's our 3. And then if we... another blueprint? Yeah, let's make another blueprint. We take... essentially just that part. It's already placed there like it should be, so... place that one. That'll give us our 6 slots. Now, as far as where to place the train station, since this stuff is being processed and then immediately placed on a train, it makes sense to put the train station right next to it. And we're not putting it in line, like we're not putting the train station right here, because we want to be able to expand tall. So if we get faster machines or faster belts, we want to have the ability to expand this way. So if we put something here, we won't have that ability. So we do need to put the train station off to the side. So let's move this here. A sensible place to put the train station is probably right here. This is the correct loading station. Yep. Make sure we put it in line with everything else, because they are spaced outwards a little bit. And because of that 2-unit spacing, we might not be able to put this in the best spot. But looks like this time... oh, no. I was like, this time I got lucky, but nope. It's actually going to go right here. And actually, it does look like we got lucky anyway. Because it does place. So I'm just going to kind of pick this stuff up here so we can take care of all of that. Means we can start placing all of our random things. Probably could make a bigger, more permanent pattern, but this works for now. But we've got our doohickey, which will go right here. Although, of course, now I'm looking at it, it might be slightly more efficient to put it up here. It might just be an odd number of stations. I'm not sure it's going to matter. But who knows, it might. So I know we just placed everything. Sorry, robots, but can you pick it all up again? It's gonna be a little weird. I was thinking, you know, have iron here and then load into the iron station and then have the copper station here and have the copper being produced here and then load it in. It looks symmetrical that way. But we do have an empty station slot right here. So we can do iron and then copper something else and then the last something else, and then we'll have a space, but that space will probably get used up anyway, I'm thinking, with more byproducts being moved around for the next refining step. So it's probably not the end of the world to do it that way, and in fact, it's probably more efficient to do it this way. Okay, let's get a blueprint for this whole thing, because it is as we want it. Electricity, it's okay. We almost certainly are going to want to remove all of these trees at some point, so just get rid of them now. Move forward to get all that stuff. Okay, they're going. And now, sorry robots, you have the fun task of picking all this back up again. So, boom, that is the correct station. It's just so convenient we already have the necessary connection to the main line. Don't want to have to rebuild it or waste that space. If at all possible, I'd like to maintain it. So now we have this giant thing to place. Right about there. Alright. And just kind of back up. Robots jump out to handle trees. But let's place the next set. Because that first set's going to go up to the train station above. So this is going to be for copper, which we also want 3 lines of. Now I just need to set these up for copper, but luckily the only thing we have to change is the sorter itself. And let's back it up. Then we need to place 2 train stations here. One is going to be for copper, and then one's going to be for the next resource. So we're going to have to walk up here to find out exactly the placement. Although, I'm thinking it might need to be further apart. Because if you look on the design, on this side part here, we're delivering fuel to the train in the front through those underground belts. And those are going to be blocked by these machines. This one is okay, because it's already gotten to the train. And fuel's a relatively low throughput thing, so we don't need to worry about them. That's why they're on yellow belts. We don't have to worry about them going very fast. But on this side, we're probably going to need to leave a little bit of space in there for that line to get in. I think I was placing it up here, but that would have been the totally wrong spot because it needed to be spaced down here anyway. But yeah, see, if we place it here, that will line up perfectly with the machines, but it won't give room for the fuel to get in. But I think we can save a square by having it go the other direction, but I don't know if it really matters that much. Like 1 square. Because we can only move this 2 squares at a time, so... let's just put it here. Something like this, and then it would come along here, and there'd be some kind of splitter in there to split it up. And I'll just place them. Didn't exactly carry a bunch of yellow belts extra for this purpose, but something like that. Just to get the fuel in there. Oh, and looks like we do need to make sure power gets here. It just won't quite reach with 1 line, so let's do that. It looks like we're just about at the point where we're going to start needing landfill. Okay, let's build this 3rd train station. Okay, this 3rd station, like the other one's going to stop here. Put the doohickey in. Oh, those other guys can take their time flying back. One of these days I'm gonna get run over by a train, but oh well. Yep, place it right there. Alright, let's temporarily place this. More trees in the way. So we've got our iron and copper, so this is going to be tin right here. Let's place it in the exact spot, which is right there. Except that we don't need this 3rd level of things, so let's just kind of quickly remove a lot of it. Do we have any bricks left over? It'd be nice to extend the bus down. No, I think we have well, no, we do. I was worried we'd only had exactly enough bricks, but just so we have this marker, so you don't place them 1 space over. Okay, so we can kind of remove some stuff here. Because we want to have, if we're starting with 2, that means we want to upgrade to a maximum of 4. Let's see, we can get rid of that. Or how about we copy this part right here, and place it there. So these are the empty spaces. Let's see, and that one goes up, so we need that exact design to repeat 1 more time on the bottom here. Just about at the point where we're going to need landfill. So it needs to go right there. Let's see, I think we need to reset these for copper. The ones that all the way up here, I believe. Or did we already copy them? Okay. Is that copper? Yep. So these next ones, I guess, doesn't really matter. It's obligatory, so let's just go the next one in line, so let's just make them lead. Correct? Does it matter? When is the last processing done on this side? All the way up here. So after this point, we have access to any ore resource. And I believe we already calculated that with the copper here. So the copper needed access to stereotype and crotinium. And the stereotype is here and the crotinium is here. So the only thing that hadn't been done yet was bobmonium. So they'll have access to what they need. So definitely anything lower than that is going to have access. So yep, we'll set these all up to lead. And then these last ones to tin. Those are the last things that we can do with crushed ore. And I believe we need a train station. So we don't need to worry about leaving space for extra train stations, because I'm just putting all of the train stations in regardless. And actually one train station should be more than enough for all of these. It'll just barely be enough for the iron, but good enough for everything else. So I believe that means we need to put this one space down right here to leave room. And we need some landfill. I don't think we brought any bridge with us. We'll have to take care of that later. We could probably build a couple of bridge sections just to make the train fit. We do need to extend the bus down further, so before we start placing... and some power lines. Before we start placing all the belts, we might as well get those markers in place for the bus so we know what we're dealing with. Uh-oh. So we're definitely going to need to bring some yellow belt down here just to extend that. But in the meantime, we can use up all of our clay to give us some idea of what we're working with. And there it goes. Alright, that's all the time we have for today, so I'll see you at the next episode. Thanks for watching.